fightingyo.com. Martial Arts Media.
Welcome back. I'm back here with Manny El Toro. What's going on, Manny?
What's up, my brother?
055 champ.
What's up? What's up? Good to see you again. You know, it's always good to be here with you.
Yeah, man. Thank you for joining us again. I just wanted to touch base with you, and a lot of moving pieces in your life right now. Uh, can you tell me a little bit about like your adventures since your last title defense?
Can you say that one more time?
Can you give me a little bit about what happened in your journey since your last title defense? You went to New York and you had a tough opponent. What's going on?
Yeah, man. It was you know, it was a really humble experience, and by humbling, I mean the obviously the defeat. My first loss. Um, you know, it was a 2 week notice. It was a 2 week notice, short time, and I don't want to make excuses, but I had to cut like 12 to 15 pounds in between those
Ouch.
times, and it was a really humbling experience. It gave me a lot to think about. It really when you have when you always win, and you always you have this ego and this that you can beat anybody in any amount of time. It really gives you a humbling experience to be prepared more for fights. I was in shape. I was in shape, but I wasn't in fighting shape. I
Yeah.
think there's a difference between a 3 month camp compared to a 2 week camp.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, big time.
getting ready for that fight really showed me that there's a difference between just training and a fighting camp. And a training camp. So it was really humbling, man. The experience flying to New York and fighting. Obviously not going it my way, but it was really humbling. Um, and I think that was a wake up call to leave the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
Although it was a great humbling experience, not just for myself but for my team. We all
Mhm.
pretty much looked at the guy and said that that he's gonna that I'm just unbeatable. We came to a mindset, all me and my team, that I was untouched and unbeatable, and it really showed a case that everyone's human, and if you obviously get connected, you'll go down. But I wasn't knocked out cold. I got right back up when I got punched, and I'm proud. I'm still proud of everything, and if I had to do it again, I probably will, because this is the time to learn from these mistakes, and
Yep. Yep.
it'll make me hungry.
Yeah. So, tell me a little bit about your journey in New York. You spent a lot of time there. What do you like about New York?
It was fun, man. The pizza was great. Uh, I love the food. I love the environment. Um,
Was that your first
besides,
time?
it was for a while. I really never. I don't remember the last time I visited New York, but it was since a while that I visited New York, and it was so great. My family was out there. We had so much fun, and it was a memory that I can't forget.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so we touched base at 305 fights a couple weeks ago. It's back to the drawing board, but you still got a belt to defend, right?
So I'm currently the heavyweight champion, and I'm actually going to go down to 205 to fight the light heavyweight champion Pedro Lay, who had, I mean, a phenomenal performance. You know,
Yeah, that was a
you know,
crazy fight. Let's take a look at it really quick.
yeah.
Just 1 second, right here. Starts the fight. Boom, boom. Yo,
Yeah,
literally just 3 strikes.
it was crazy. It was crazy, and something that really excites me about this one is it's so much. There's so much things to promote within this fight. Champ versus champ, um, finishers in the first round. You know, um, striker versus grappler. I mean, and the kid has style. He has a fan base. I mean, he's like, there's so much. things you can promote within that fight. And it's I just can't wait. There's something that excites me about just the young buck coming up and finishing all these guys like I finish all my guys, and
Hmm.
it obviously excites me, for it to be July 20th. It couldn't be a more perfect way to put this fight. We were supposed to fight in March, obviously with what happened in New York, and I got injured as well. I couldn't really fight, but it couldn't come out any more better. He proved his point. He's the king of the light heavyweight division. I'm the king of the heavyweight division. We're both finishers. We're both, just we're both scared. I mean, we both look scary, in there. And I think that is what's going to excite. And I think this is honestly going to be the best fight in 305 history. I mean, tell me a fight where
Oh wow,
two guys are finishers and two guys are champs and two guys are just feared by everyone. I mean, it can't get any better at all.
man! Is this the type of fight that can even go to the second round?
Honestly, I don't think so. I honestly think that this fight will be first round. I mean, well, you know what? Maybe I might bite my own tongue because I respect him a lot. Like I respect his skill. And he's even said it in interviews he respects my skills. So I don't think we're going to go out there guns blazing in the first round because something that me and him are so good at is catching mistakes and finishing. And as you can see, my last fights, I look at the mistakes and I finish my fights, and he's just like that as well. So it's like a game of chess with me and him. We're both skilled, we're both intelligent, we both have really good IQ. But at the end of the day, I do think that he needs to be tested. He needs to be put in deep waters. And I think that's where I come in and I have more of the advantage. I've been tested. I've had I've made mistakes. I've lost, and I think that's what's going to be my advantage. I think that's where I'm going to finish him and actually be the one, be a double champ. And he hasn't been tested. He hasn't been put in deep waters. A lot of these two guys that he's fought, they don't bring the heat I bring. They don't bring the grappling that I bring, and they don't bring the power punch that I bring. Um, and I'm gonna be and for this camp, I'm gonna be in the best shape of my life. I'm gonna be. It's just crazy cardio and crazy pace that I'm gonna put on this kid, and whoever brings it, bring it. But for sure, I'm gonna bring it. So he better brings it as well.
wow, wow! That sounds like it's going to be an exciting fight to make. And are there anybody? Is there anybody else on the last card that impressed you? How about that Jao guy? Do you think that we could ever see you guys together if you were to come into MMA?
Which one were you saying? Who?
Jao, the first submission champ.
Ooh, the jiu-jitsu guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you know what? The thing is, I would love to fight him. If I won when I win the 205 belt, I wouldn't mind having him be my first title defense. He's obviously a well-rounded black belt Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He seems like a very dangerous opponent, but he's just a jiu-jitsu guy, and I think this is what sets me apart from all these other guys, is that you have a guy like Pedro who is a phenomenal striker. I mean, that kick that he set up was just it was
yeah,
top. It was just top tier, and sorry, it was top tier. And obviously he's above level he's like above the level of these guys. Um but how's his grappling? Has anyone tested his grappling?
we have
Has
not seen it
anyone
yet.
that's where I'm gonna answer that question. Obviously, I'm not scared to go there and bang with him. I mean, I have power, and he obviously knows that if he goes in there and thinks that I'm the last two opponents, he's gonna regret it instantly. And then with the jiu-jitsu guy, he has great grappling, submission artists like crazy and crazy. He has pretty good wrestling too, but how's his striking? Has he ever taken a punch before? How does he respond? And this is something that I think sets me apart from these guys. That I have a kickboxing fight. I've I've striked, I've wrestled, I've grappled. You know, I think that's what sets me apart from all these other guys is that if you have just one answer, I have the other answer to counter that answer. You know.
Oh man, Manny got the keys to the game, guys. 305 fights. When are we gonna see you again?
What happened?
So when is the next 305 fight? When are we seeing you again?
July 20th, El Toro versus Pedro Lay. It's going to be the greatest 305 fight in history. Don't miss it.
Let's go.
I'll bring the tickets by pay per view. I'm finishing him in the second submission. I'm calling it.
Oh man, you guys heard it here first on fightingyo.com. Guys, if you want to see any of our current content, just go to fightingyo.com. Go follow Emmanuel Marte. Emmanuel, give us your IG.
Emmanuel with two M's. So it's going to be Emmanuel underscore Marte. Come pay me a visit. If you want to train, you can train. And, you know, I want to give a shout out to 305 Fights as well and to Fighting Yo, the greatest, I think the greatest, the best MMA social
Hey,
media page right now.
hey guys, hey, I really appreciate that. Manny, man,
Yeah,
you're always welcome back, and let's do some work. I will be there for your next fight, and I'll be there waiting ringside for your for the
perfect,
win.
man. Perfect. I can't wait to
All
see you,
right,
man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
you got it. All right.